Welcome friends to this session of CSAT where we will be learning the questions based on clocks. So UPSC has recently asked some of the interesting questions based on clock, and otherwise also in all other different examinations, be it state public service commission examinations or SSC examination. This clock is a particular question in the mental ability section, in the aptitude section, which puzzles students a lot. Actually, there is a trick to solve all the questions of this clock, and today I will be discussing with you the concept and the trick involved in solving the questions of clock. And if you see carefully what is being taught in this class, and if you try to learn and practice few questions which I will be doing in the class itself today, I hope all such questions will appear to you very easy henceforth. So we shall start. So basically, if you see the construct of a clock, you will have to first understand the construct of a clock. Sorry for my diagram, it has to be a good circle for you to understand. Now see, here there is 12, now there is 1, there is 2, there is 3, there is 4, there is 5, there is 6. So basically this this 12, this 3, 6 and 9 and 12, this should be clear to you. Now if you see, there are two hands, one is minute hand, which is like a bigger hand, and there is hour hand, which is the shorter hand. Okay, so this is how a clock is there. Now certain basic mathematics of a clock. So if you see how much this total angle will be, this total angle, so anywhere if you see, the total angle will always be 360. Okay, now how many segments are there? If you consider this 1 hour to be one segment, this 1 hour to be one segment, you can easily see like 1, 2, 3 and like that 12 segments are there. So 12-hour segments are there. 12-hour segments are there. Okay, now if I ask you in terms of angle or in terms of degrees, each hour segment corresponds to how many degrees? So the total was 360 degree. The total was 360 degree. So each segment will correspond to how many degrees? Each segment will correspond to 360 divided by 12, which will be equals to 30 degree. Are you understanding? These are very small concepts, but you have to remember them very clearly if you want to solve the clock questions very easily. So each of this particular segment, this one if I am talking, is nothing but 30 degree. Are you getting? Each of this segment is 30 degree. Okay, so if you know that this segment is 30 degree, again this will be 30 degree. That means otherwise also you can calculate that total 60 minutes. In terms of hour, 1 hour is 30 minutes. That means 1 hour is 30 degrees. Sorry, minutes. Sorry for the wrong spelling. 1 hour is equals to 30 degree. So everything, the hour and the minute, you have to understand in terms of degrees, because mathematics will work in terms of angle and degrees. So you have to understand that 1 hour is equals to 30 degree. Kindly remember this one and forget every other things. So if you see total around the clock, there are 60 minutes. Now 60 minutes is equals to 360 degrees. So that means 1 minute is equals to how many degrees? 6 degrees. Now in the watch, in the clock, can you visualize that where is 1 minute? So 1 minute will be nothing but the movement of our hand. I will be showing this to you with a blue color. If this is there, and this after 1 minute, it will be somewhere like here. Okay, so how much is this degree? This is 6 degrees. So I already told you that 1 hour is 30 degree. Now 1 minute is 6 degree. minute I have denoted with blue color. So likewise, you know, now 1 minute is 6 degree, 5 minute in minute hand will be again equals to 30 degree. So you already know that 5 minute, in 5 minutes, minute hand traverses same angle as much hour hand goes in total 1 hour. When the time in your clock is 5 o'clock till 6 o'clock, hour hand moves by 30 degree, and for the same angle to be moved by minute hand, it takes only 5 minutes. मिनट हैंड 5 मिनट में जितना चलता है, आवर हैंड उतने में 1 घंटा चल लेता है. ठीक है, ओके. सो नाउ वी आर डन विद दिस बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग. वी विल हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द स्पीड ऑफ बोथ द आवर एंड द मिनट हैंड. ओके, वी विल हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द स्पीड ऑफ बोथ आवर एंड मिनट हैंड. नाउ यू सी, मिनट हैंड इज रनिंग विथ speed of 6 degrees per minute. Minute hand is running with speed of 6 degrees. I don't like to write this C. Yes, so minute hand, this is the speed of minute hand. Minute hand speed. देखिए, clock is nothing. You just have to understand that there are two vehicles. One is minute hand, one is hour hand. They both are moving with certain speed. And if you understand the speed of minute hand and hour hand, you will be very easily able to calculate their relative distance. When will hour hand catch the minute hand? When will minute hand catch the hour hand? All these kind of things you will be able to calculate very easily. So you have understood the speed of minute hand. Now speed of hour hand. Hour hand, what is the speed? Hour hand, the speed is, so in 1 hour it was moving 30 degrees. So 30 degrees in 1 hour, that means 0.5 degrees, 0.5 degree in 1 minute. That means the speed of hour hand is half degree per minute. Half degree per minute. Now what is this? This is speed of hour hand. Kindly note this. Now this is speed of hour hand and this is speed of minute hand. These both things should be very clear to you. Only then I will proceed. That speed of minute hand, all of the students who are listening to this video, don't think that you will be solving or learning these things later after watching the video. Class mein, along with me, you kindly please learn all these things. Minute hand, the speed is 6 degrees per minute. In every minute, minute hand moves by 6 degree, and in every minute, hour hand moves by half degree. So per minute speed I have calculated. Per minute, the speed of minute hand is, if I use a different pen, per minute, the speed of minute hand is 6 degrees per minute, and speed of hour hand is 0.5 degrees per minute. Now can you tell me what is the relative speed of minute hand? Relative speed of minute hand. Now first understand what is the meaning of relative speed, because many students here will not be from science background, so they may not be knowing what is the meaning of relative speed. But you have to understand, minute hand is moving with 6 degrees per minute, hour hand is moving with 0.5 degrees per minute. Relative speed means if in a hypothetical situation you assume the hour hand to be steady. Are you getting? If you have to assume hypothetically that the hour hand is not moving, what is the speed of minute hand in that case? How do we do that? We basically subtract the speed of hour hand from minute hand. That means 6 minus, so basically 6 minus 0.5, that is 5.5 degree per minute. What is this? This is the relative speed. That means with respect to our hand, देखिए our hand 0.5 minute 0.5 degree आगे जा रहा है, and minute hand is coming from behind or even if it is ahead, it is moving at the rate of 6 degrees per minute, 6 degrees per minute. So what is the relative speed? The relative speed of minute hand will be nothing but 5.5 degree. That means each minute, what is the meaning of this 5.5? Each minute, minute hand takes a lead of 5.5 degrees per 5.5 degrees. Okay, so what is the lead rate? That means with what speed minute hand is defeating the hour hand. Okay, hour hand is also moving, minute hand is also moving. So how will we decide that who will go, how much lead one will take? So this is so you have to remember only three things. First thing is minute hand will move 6 degree per minute, hour hand will move 0.5 degree per minute, and minute hand will move 5.5 degree more than the hour hand. This is the meaning of this 5.5. That minute hand will move 5.5 degree more than the hour hand. I hope you have understood this. Now I will proceed to how we can solve the question. Suppose we have got a question where they are asking us that after 3 p.m. at 3 p.m. what happens? If you see 3 p.m. at 3 p.m. hour hand is here and minute hand is here. Okay, now at 3 p.m. what happens? At 3 p.m. the minute hand is sharply at 12 and hour hand is sharply at 3. Okay, now understand. Now what is the angle between these two? So first of all, whenever you go for problem solving in clock questions, you need to calculate angles at various points. So with me kindly carry out this exercise of 2-3 minutes where we will decide the angle between two minute hand and hour hand, two hands of the clock at different times. So at 3, what is the angle? So because it is at sharp 12 and it is sharp 3, they cover 3 hourly segments of 30, 30, 30. So this is total 90 degrees. Okay, now we will take a little bit of complex case. If we talk of, suppose at 8 sharp 8 p.m. 8 p.m. how much is the angle? 8 p.m. is, this angle is 120 degree. You can see. Now you can also take complicated cases. Suppose at 3:35. Suppose this is the time I have given you. 3:35 p.m. What is the AM PM doesn't matter in case of clock, minute hand and hour hand, because after 12 hours the clock repeats itself in the same manner as it was before. Now at 3:35, what is the angle between the minute hand and the hour hand? This is the question. This is my question to you. So now you know that at 3:35 minute hand will be sharply at 7 and hour hand will be not sharply at 3. Mind you, hour hand will not sharply be at 3 because it will move little ahead of 3. Now you already know how to calculate this angle. See, how will we do this? So you know that this angle is 30, this angle is 30, this angle is 30. So 30, 30, and this up till 3 also would have been 30. So you could have said that the angle is 120. But what is the problem? That this hour hand is not at 3, not sharp at 3. It has moved this many degrees. If I mark with blue color, it has moved this many degrees. Our hand has moved this many degrees. Now how much is that? This is the question. Once you learn to calculate angles at various points of time, you will learn to solve each and every clock question. What is the angle between the two hands of the clock at 3:35? This is what we are solving. Now the total angle from here to here is 120. The total angle from here to here is 120. The only problem is our hand is here now and it has moved by this much angle. Now I already told you in 1 minute what was the movement rate of our hand. In 1 minute our hand was moving half a degree. All those who remember from the previous slide will be able to understand this very clearly and easily. Our hand moves half a degree per minute. Okay, our hand moves half a degree per minute. Clear? So now, in how many minutes have passed? Our hand was here at 3. If you can visualize, our hand was here at 3. Is this clear to any confusion? At sharp 3, at 3:00, our hand was here. Now only 35 minutes have passed. Only 35 minutes have passed. In 35 minutes, how many degrees our hand will move? So in 1 minute it is half degree. In 35 minutes, it is very simple unitary method. 35 into half, that is equals to 17.5 degrees. That means minute hand has moved 17.5 degrees. Minute hand has moved 17.5 degrees. Now this total angle is 120 and this is 17.5. What is the meaning of this 17.5? That this angle, I will change the color. So this angle is 17.5. Now this total angle is 120 and this is 17.5. So the gap between these two hands, if you see the gap between these two hands, this one with the black color, I have denoted with the black color, this gap is equals to 120 minus 17.5, that is equals to 102.5 degrees. I have demonstrated you. I don't know why I am writing Celsius. This may be because a habit of writing degree Celsius temperature, but I am willing to write the degrees of angle only. Okay, so this 102.5 is the angle between minute hand and hour hand at 3:35 p.m. Is this clear to all of you? Now you can calculate the angle at other different positions in a similar manner. Suppose I am just giving you one more example for your understanding, for your sake of understanding. See, if we have a clock and a time like 8:20, suppose we have a time like 8:20, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, but our time is 8:20. I will draw the clock with a different color. Suppose the time 8 and 20, where will be the minute hand? It will be on the 4 digit. Okay, so now what is this angle? This is the question. If this is the question, what is this angle? Can all of you yourself try, pause the video and try yourself what should be the angle between minute hand and hour hand at 8:20? What should be the angle between minute hand and hour hand at 8:20? Then I will also explain that how can you calculate what is the angle between these two hands. Okay, so at 8:20, this minute hand is sharply at 4. Minute hand is sharply at 4. Minute hand is sharply at 4. So now what we will do? So this angle, basically this angle is 120 degrees. All of you know that this angle is 120 degrees. Now what is the problem? Between 4 and 8, the angle is 120 degree. The problem is our hand has moved little ahead. How much ahead? In 20 minutes, our hand, as I have already explained you here, in 20 minutes, our hand will move 10 degrees ahead. So this angle is 120. Now whether you will add or subtract this angle, you can see from the geometry that you need to add this angle. So the angle will be at 8:20, the angle will be 120 plus 10, that equals to 130. Okay, you will see in the figure and you needed to subtract. That's why I subtracted in this case, but I needed to add, so that's why I added in this way. This is the way, by adding and by subtracting you get the angle. Now once you have got the angle, you will be able to calculate the other questions and proceed further. So in the next session I will be explaining to you how to solve the difficult questions which have been asked in CSAT. From today's class you have to only remember two things. The one is speed of minute hand, speed of hour hand, and the other thing, how to find angle between the minute hand and hour hand at different points of time. Thank you for today's session, and we will meet in the next session.